I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night getting. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I'll get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to pop. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it private brand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now.
Pilot, you are awaiting clearance into the Gunpla Hangar. Please proceed ahead until you are instructed to land. Pilot, you are clear for landing.
What's going on, comrades, and welcome to another episode of Gunpla Hangar. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do one tonight, just because I've been busy this weekend, guys. I've had some family in town. They are down visiting until Wednesday, so Monday night I should still be able to stream. I think they're going out. They're going out to visit with some other family. But what's going on, guys? We're working on the Shenxing Technology's White Tiger. But before we get started, I want to take the time to say hey to everybody that's in the chat here. Guys, we've got Jen, of course. We've got Berserker dropping our first dab party tonight. Let's go. Thank you so much for the dab party. And while we're going through that, I'm going to look and see who all continued it on. We have Brandon here tonight. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody's doing their dabs the best they can. It has been a long day. Berserker, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the stream as well. Duffman's here as well, guys. So you know what that means. We got to get a dance. All right. Glad to have everybody here. Duff continued the dab party as well. Thank you so much. We had so many amazing people in here. Happy Easter to everybody as well. Thank you all for being here. For those of you that celebrate Easter. Freya, how's it going? Rolando, how's it going? Mega Demon, how are you? Glad to see everybody here tonight. Mega Demon was continuing the dab party. Thank you so much. Dave, yeah, it's kind of a late night stream. Just because my family that's in town is they're going to bed early. They got a trip tomorrow. If y'all would like to join the stream, I'm actually putting that at the top of the chat here soon. But yeah, so my family / friends, they're like, Freya, you've been a member for 5 months. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's get started with this build. If you'd like to join, I've pinned a message at the top of the chat. Again, this is for builders. But if you'd like to come on and just say a couple of kind words or anything like that as well, we would appreciate it. This week has been kind of brutal. Not work-wise. Work-wise has been just wonderful, but numbers-wise, like everything's kind of plummeted this month. So I'm a little bummed. Same. I've had 4 kids climbing all over me today, and I am beat. Well, 2 kids mostly. The 2 older ones have finally started. Have finally stopped with the climbing on Uncle Aaron, which feels it's interesting. Like I feel kind of sad about it. They're more interested in playing games. We were going to do some Mario Party this week with them, but my Switch's memory card corrupted, and I can't seem to get it to download any. Save file or any games to that. So I think there could be an issue with that. It's causing just ultimate issues there, sadly. Duff, glad to see you here as well, brother. I know I said hey to you earlier, but glad to have you here. But yeah, guys, it's been a kind of a rough week numbers-wise for the channel. So we're hoping to bounce back here soon. Lost well over 400 hours of watch time in a month. So, Dave, how's it going?
What's up?
Not much, man. Tired, but
what kind of time you call this?
This is the late night power hour, I guess.
Well, I heard you saying that the youngins don't want rides from Uncle Aaron anymore, or they don't want to play with you.
The youngest of the 2 still want to like be thrown around and all that fun stuff. And
so, have you achieved status as old man Kouldbayne now?
Not yet. I still got a little spunk left in me.
Just a little, right?
Just a little. I'm not dead yet. I got better.
You got better.
So but anyway, yeah, I've got a busy week ahead of me. I've got the big conversion for a few computers. I got to go and like rebuild like 8 of them this week sometime. And then I've got my first ever business trip Friday.
Build them stronger, better. They have the technology.
That's pretty much what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a complete rebuild of an entire facility.
Yeah, say it like a bad thing.
I'm a little nervous because these computers are older.
Are we talking? What are we talking? Like Windows 7, Windows
10.
95?
So it's Windows 10 for most of them.
Okay,
but I'm gonna have to do this during work hours, so I'm gonna have to shut down, computers here and there during work hours, which staff is very hesitant to have anything slow them down, and I understand why.
Well,
but I will make plenty of time to make an announcement there. Hey, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna try to start closer to lunchtime.
Gotcha.
Knock out like a computer every 30 minutes or so. But
do like one at a time.
You're trying to get them done one at a time. Yeah, that's gonna be That's gonna be the key there, because I mean, there's no way I can do multiples at a time without having to like divert my attention. Let's see what we got here. Mega says super excited for Friday. Got a huge dance. Oh wow, that's awesome, Mega Demon. I hope so. Fingers crossed, brother. But no, I'm excited for this weekend because this will be my first ever business trip with any kind of job.
I mean, I get why you're nervous. I mean, this is new for Aaron. You know, it's uncharted waters as far as like you've never done this kind of work for a job before, right?
That's right.
Well, like I said before, they wouldn't have asked you. They wouldn't have chose you unless they didn't think you had it in you. So
Agreed, and I
So-
appreciate
so
all
cut that
the-
noise out.
Yeah, it's been a weird like in my head kind of month, guys. I've had to cut out a lot of time with the channel, and it's it's all been for good things.
Yeah, but I thought the only voice in your head was by Gundam, by Gundam. Ooh,
I've
Liger.
I actually slowed that down a little bit and loaded up on video games this time.
Wait, what? Huh? What?
Yeah, I actually picked up a few video games this month for the Switch that I'm gonna be using for streaming. I just got to get a memory
And
card because my memory card corrupted as of last night. Like it's there's no way. I've tried reformatting it like several times and it just will not take the format. So
Doesn't
I think
like you.
yeah, it definitely doesn't. Cap, how's it going? Yeah, I'm a little bummed out about. I'm a little bummed out by the fact that the card corrupted on me, but it is what it is.
And you said there was no way to reformat, bring it back
Like-
to life.
So I've tried several different reformatting things to reformat it, like reformatting it in the Switch, reformatting it, another way.
What about like reformatting in another device? No go.
Yeah, I've tried. It's just a no go. Like
Okay.
it will not. Like I tried downloading Lego Star Wars, which
Okay.
was one of the games I picked up a while back. I actually picked that one up whenever I got the Switch, and or a little after I got the Switch and got it all set up. But Breath of the Wild's still good. Like that hasn't corrupted, thank God. That was actually saved on the hard drive.
Knock on wood for that.
Knock on wood for that, yeah. But it's weird. Like I think it's just I think I bought a cheap memory card.
Amazon. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was one of Amazon's like third party sellers.
I gotcha. I swear, but I'm that person. I will buy third parties first. Like my little capture card that I use, which is just like a USB to HDMI dongle.
Yeah,
That's what I capture off my old Xbox, and that's what I capture off my my PlayStation. So I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes the third parties work. Sometimes they're a little janky because they heat up like there's no tomorrow. You can fry an egg on it, but
yeah. Let's see the third. So like my ring light that I have is a third party, and it's not terrible, but like
I need to get a new ring light because mine is like at times you could see the LEDs in it.
yeah.
It's definitely on its way out.
Yeah. There's so I know that the issue with my stuff has pretty much just been okay. I got to see how this is supposed to go. But yeah, I mean, I've had a busy weekend, man. We had a good time doing some things with family and friends. You know, it was I went to a wonderful engagement party for a good friend of mine.
Yeah, you were saying yesterday during a Bird Bug stream.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
we went and did the hibachi thing.
I just love that you said he came in with a squirt gun. That's just hilarious.
Yeah, like he looked at me, and goes, "Sake time," and I'm like,
He's like it's a super soaker. Or
yeah, it was with a super soaker, and I was just like, what?
Super sake.
And he just went to town spraying us in the mouth, and it was just like the best thing. And then the kids wanted in on it, and he was like, "No,
no, not getting arrested again." Sorry.
Yeah, he was like, "Nope, not happening." You could see the look on his face, like, "Nope." But he had like a little bottle of like lemon juice, or like like the lemon stuff that they use.
Yeah,
because it's like a lemon juice like club soda mix, I guess, or something.
You got
glad to have you here today, Captain.
Make a happen, Captain.
But yeah, well, it was really fun. Like this place was kind of a hidden gem for us. Like I'd never found it. I'd never been to this one before, and it was just really well done. Like that made you feel like
You're going back, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going back to this one. Dave, I'm about to say, if you ever make a trip down here, dude, I'll take you down there.
Yeah. Well, I probably won't be affording to do that probably until after next year. But
Yeah, so that's pretty much my schedule right now. Is like everything's having to wait until I kind of get this new position under my
Well,
belt and get some training done.
Well, technically, with this job right now, after taxes and everything, I'm getting about 200 less, but a lot of that is going towards retirement funds and everything.
Yeah, see, that was the big thing with my change of pace.
Yeah.
Because when I changed over from the first job I had while doing this to the job that to the place I'm at now, I had a $3 pay cut just from the transition, in the transition from that medical facility to this medical facility.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, I also I hadn't had that $3 raise that I'd had for long, because it literally was not a it wasn't a major pay cut, but still it was enough to make me go, okay, I see you there.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't too psyched when I finally got my first paycheck, but I'm like, okay, I get it. It just means we have to be a little tight with our funds for the next year. But once I get past that year, then it's open season.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'll be able, I'll be able to catch up on all my credit cards. I'll be able to do, we can, the year after, then we can actually look for a newer place.
yeah, so
it's,
fun fact,
it's just long game.
I finally
It's a
got
long game.
I finally got my first credit card like a while back.
Okay.
Like within like the past few months, because my credit has been like just phenomenal all of a sudden. Like it's been growing well. I think it's mostly because of the fact I've been using those pay in 4 plans and things like that. Just trying to keep my.
Oh yeah,
trying to keep
even if you do
myself-
like Affirm and there's a Synchrony and a few others. In fact, that's how I afforded the bike, by the way.
Yeah.
After
I
selling
love
a bunch of
Synchrony.
stuff, because my bike it's a $2,000 bike basically.
Yeah.
And then when we had to get a special rack for the weight, that was like another another $550 before tax.
Yeah, I can only imagine, dude.
Well, with the heavier bike, it's like, okay, well, you can't just use a regular bike rack because they usually have a tolerance of maybe 100 to 120 pounds total.
Yeah.
My bike is 80 pounds by itself.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you try carrying the bike up a flight of stairs to a second floor.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times already.
You said it's 80?
80 pounds itself.
So that's right there within my lift range that I can still do with just my right arm. My left arm is, and that's from like doing like a lot of lifting myself to get the arm back into function, because the right arm's the one I had the stroke in, or the mini stroke in.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you right now, Dave, it took a lot just to get the strength back in that, just to even do that, because my left arm's just no good. Like I can't even lift in that. Like,
well, I mean, it's like, this is what I have to do to have that kind of a bike. And I get that, it's rated for 400 pounds. So it's rated for, I'm still under that, but, I'm like, okay, this is going to be the new, this is what I have to do to be healthy in order to get out there and do what I need to do. So,
yeah. Hey, LeBron, how's it going? Easter was good. We, Jen worked today. I went and spent time with like I said, I call them my nieces and nephews. They're my best friends. My best friend from childhood's kids, I should say. And him and his wife, like we're the way we talk, we are family, But yeah,
I get that completely.
Yeah, I mean we've been real close for a long time, and it's kind of funny because like, his kids have always like his oldest was just in the process of getting to being ready to be born. In other words, was still in the womb whenever me and Jen got married. Like he was, so he always says that he was at our wedding.
Well, he's not lying.
Yeah, he's not lying, And we always joke. I said, "Yep, you were the hidden ring bearer." His mom always his mom and dad always laugh at that, but he is just the kid's a good kid. Like he really does. He's so smart and so just like a lot of fun. By the way, we got a question for you, Dave. But yeah, we spent
Okay.
Easter with them, and they were like showering me with candy today. It was weird. Like I was like, no, that's y'all's candy. Y'all eat it. They were like, no, you get candy too,
I
Uncle
was
Aaron.
not. I was not there. No matter what witnesses said I was there. I was not there at the scene of the crime. What's the question?
Yeah. LeBron wants to know, what are you building tonight? Hey, Blind Mag, how are you?
I'm building. Well, it's fitting. Easter. I'm building Optimus Prime.
Nice.
The Autobot leader who dies and keeps coming back. So it's kind of fitting for Easter.
I have a terrible Easter joke that I could tell, but I have promised that I would refrain from making this joke while
Lord
I'm
have
streaming.
mercy. That's all I'm saying.
I'll have to tell it to you off stream, Dave. I think you would find this one funny. It's nothing that I wouldn't say in public, but with viewers watching,
but Jen would be beating you to death if you did.
Yeah, I don't want to like. I'll tell it to you later. In fact, I told it at my comedy show and got some like weird gasps. So I may have I may have had my first
I'm
joke
sorry,
joke that pushed the envelope.
But if somebody is at a comedy club and then they obviously shouldn't be there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got asked to come back. They really did like my stories. Like the owner of the bar was like, she kept asking Jen.
No, but you get what I'm saying about like how some people are super sensitive.
Yeah.
Super sensitive, super serial.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I've gotten to the point now where if it upsets you and it's going to bother you that bad, then
you're doing your job.
Then I'm doing my job, yeah. But yeah, so like everybody loved my jokes. They were like, they want me to come back again. So every other Thursday there will not be a stream now. So yeah, so I'll probably rotate a day or two here to kind of make up for the lost time. Like I said, the channel's kind of hit some snags here lately with watch hours and views, and sub count just dropped again on me. So it's been a little bit of a bummer. I know, and I haven't really been focusing on all that lately either. Like I've been just kind of like going with the flow for now because I'm tired of stressing myself out over it. I'm tired of worrying about it. You know,
you got the new job, so you should be focusing on that. And
I have been, because trust me, I'm now having to look at ways to educate myself so that I can get certified for things, and because I want to get that certification in. What's that?
I said you got to educate yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's one thing I'm doing now is I'm looking at certifications, and to be honest, I'm a little stressed about that.
Did you say that they're going to pay you for that too?
They will. Yeah, they're going to reimburse me for whatever I spend.
Then that's bangerang right there, man. Go for it.
The only thing that's still holding me back is like college, because I can't afford that outright.
Well, as far baby steps, get those certifications, and maybe I don't know if any of those certifications can transfer or relate into credits.
I believe some can, especially with like CompTIA stuff.
Get those certs, and then you have less credits to have to worry about. Baby steps, man. Take the time. What's the old saying? The longest journey begins with but a single step. So
yeah. So I'm in the process of kind of figuring out what's going to work where and all that. Ooh, that does sound good.
What? I've never had that.
A little tired after the weekend. You did a lot of cooking, Blind Mag. Ooh, what'd you cook? You're eating some frijoles puercos. Nice. That does sound good. Steak hoagies. Ooh, I love hoagies.
I want hoagies. Well, I burned like 2,200 calories on that ride I did yesterday.
That's awesome, Dave.
I did not feel awesome.
Yeah, I know the feeling afterwards is not awesome, but still, that is awesome, man.
I haven't ridden a bike since October, and even then, that was maybe just a 15-mile ride.
Yeah,
I did just under 30 from where I live in Grand Island over the bridges, a lot of inclines all the way to downtown Buffalo to the Naval Park and then back in 41, 42 degree weather. So not the smartest. My fingers were feeling numb. I definitely need a new bike seat.
Hey, Mirage, how's it going? LeBron, I'm sorry I missed that, man. I definitely would like to catch. I'm definitely going to go back and try to catch that here soon. We got some amazing people in here tonight. Thank you so much. Dave, that is, I'm going to tell you right now, 2,200 calories is amazing, dude. I wish I could burn that in a day.
Well, I got, I took today off because my body was feeling it because like my legs felt like,
You had to work today? Oh,
Huh?
no, never mind. My brain went dumb. Sorry.
I took today off from like bike riding or doing anything
Yeah.
because I needed to recuperate because
Yeah. Well, I've started my journey on, getting my weight, pushing myself to lose weight now rather than just like, dieting alone. Now I'm starting to get my exercises back in. I'm starting to do things that I can physically do right now because I was going to try to start weightlifting and doing things like that, but my shoulders will not allow me to do it, man.
I mean, in all honesty, like when I started, my process,
Yeah.
they said, well, start off with some 10-pound weights or 5-pound weights or whatever you feel you can lift.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything tremendously strenuous. It's about, something that has a little bit of weights, a little bit of resistance, and getting the movements and, getting that. I mean, most of it isn't necessarily the weights. It's the exercise, the muscles that you're starting to use that you don't normally use.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big part right there. So it doesn't have to be anything. I mean, hell, you could be lifting up a couple RG kits, I mean, could be something small. I mean, my wife does the resistance bands. You know what those are?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can rig those up in different ways on, door frames and all kinds of stuff just to get that resistance and just doing regular arm movement without any weights,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways, people can exercise without exerting themselves.
Yeah, I've been so I've actually been pushing myself by doing things that I can do while I'm like seated and stuff like that. Because one of the biggest problems I have is like I have a messed up rotator cuff. Like I screwed this up a long time ago and just never really got it looked at because one, money, two,
money,
and three, I've got a house I'm trying to finish and I need to be able to do the things that the rotator cuff surgery would limit me on. So instead, I've just been like pushing myself and just keeping myself going. And dude, I'll tell you right now, there are some days. Yeah. I told Jen, Mirage. I told Jen about the monkey incident. Even Mr. Olympia started somewhere. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm on this step here. I'm building so I'm working on building the leg right now. And I need C1. So let me get the C runner here. One thing I don't like about some of the the way runner stands are built.
Yeah.
Is you cannot have your runners so close together because they will grab and pull. And I mean, hats off to Alan for making one that actually keeps me from doing that a lot. Alan from Shade Tree Hobbies made the one I actually use. Yeah. But the little plastic one that I have as well, I use that for whenever the runners are in need of a little extra stability. Like if I have like a lot of extra runners.
The one thing I gotta get my butt off of and need to get completed is I need to finish calibrating my 3D printer.
I would love to get one day, man. I saw one on eBay today for like $130, and I was tempted.
Well, there's different. It depends on what you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Our friend, you remember Canadian Blu-ray?
Yeah.
He got one recently, and he's printing stuff that looks way better than stuff I've tried to print. I just have to calibrate the thickness of the prints because my stuff comes out looking brittle.
Yeah.
So I gotta figure what's going on with it. But I'm like, dude got this in a couple days of frustration, and he's printing stuff that looks amazing. I'm like, I must learn.
So LeBron actually has a pretty good question here for me. What's my favorite kit that I've ever built? And that's I would have to say my favorite that I've ever built is the and this is going to throw everybody for a surprise here, but I really did like the
It's not Death Scythe.
It's not a Death Scythe kit. Like I'll say this: Death Scythe is it's in my top 10s.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite was the Sananju. I really did love building the Sananju. It really felt like a good kit when I built it.
I am shocked that you didn't mention any third-party kits.
So this is actually a pretty nice one for being a third-party kit. To be honest, Dave, it's not bad.
That's a third party you're building?
Yeah, this is a third-party kit. In fact, Mirage, it's a really good kit, man. I think you would enjoy this one, Mirage. A little bit pricey, but the Death Scythe Flugel is right there as well in my favorites. That is one of my favorites, and it's a master grade, and that was one of the first master grades I built that I actually truly enjoyed. You know,
Mirage, I hope the monkeys are staying away.
him and those monkeys, man, he catches a hard time with them things. They love watching him waiting for him to like.
Well, earlier
give in to their temptations.
I was trying to find a good GIF in our chat for Hit Monkey.
Yeah.
The closest what I got was that the one monkey looks like he's wearing a fur coat and he's like casually taking his sunglasses off.
Yeah. You know, I actually have the Deadpool Hit Monkey like combo figures. Yeah, the 2-pack. And it's them in their disco suits.
The white suits, yeah.
Yeah, the white suits, yeah. No, not at all, Mirage. That is not one of my favorites. Kenneth Bird, how's it going? Welcome to the stream.
What is he thinking? One of your favorites?
He was like the 5-star stories kit. That kit can burn in all the layers of hell. It's still sitting in It's still sitting in a pile somewhere around here. I don't know. I've got it somewhere where I can get to it if I need to. And I may use parts off of it for a kit bash. I don't even know. I might even try to finish it. Who knows?
And then again, he might just burn it down.
Yeah, I've been tempted. I've been very tempted, Dave. Like it really frustrates.
Warmer weather, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I do have a trash pile I need to burn at some point. My best friend's granddad / my adopted granddad at this point, because every time we come over there, they always like cook for it. They always offer for us to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma wasn't feeling the best today, so she was she asked us to clean the kitchen, and me and my best friend did, but his granddad works at like one of our like local dump sites where you can like take your garbage and they'll take it to the landfill.
Yes, sir.
So they call it a convenience site. I never knew that, but he was telling me he was like he was getting all mad about like the way people just like toss out trash like in the wrong things, like in the wrong bins.
Yeah, like instead of like recycling or you're like, oh, this type of refuse should go here.
Yeah, so it's supposed to go in a certain like spot, but they don't ever dump them in the right spot. So like they'll dump it like all the metal into the thing, and which it kind of defeats the purpose there of what this thing is supposed to be used for.
Gotcha.
So like they're using these sites to help you kind of focus on recycling a little bit and getting the right stuff in the right spot so that the landfill is not overfilled with things that will not degrade, biodegrade or anything like that. And so he was sitting there telling me that like people would throw out like just bags of trash filled with nothing but like heavy like construction stuff, and he was like, no, y'all can't be tossing that in here. Like he was so heated about it, and he's just a passionate old man that I enjoy like hanging out with.
That's not a bad thing,
Yeah.
It's when you get someone who's kind of like it's like when someone loses that fire, then you're not exactly the person that they used to be,
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing about his granddad is his granddad's a real passionate old man, like one of those old men that you really kind of enjoy talking to, because they've been around the block, they know what they're talking about. They're really smart in the sense that they grew up hard workers. That's just the thing. By the way, guys, You guys are already rocking 11 likes on here. Thank y'all so much for that. But Mirage, here, I'll show you the kit so far, man. This is what I've gotten done. I'm working on the back half now. I will say it is sharp. Like, all of these points here really do hurt if you put any kind of pressure on them. It is very pointy. It definitely needs some TLC with that. Putting it together, it is a little rough to put together, but brother, I got to show you this. Like, the bottom jaw here, works so well. Like, it gives me like, what if this was the Tiger Zord? You know, what if this was the Tiger Zord?
Thinking that.
Like, I would love to see this as a
if Power Rangers was an anime,
yeah,
like actual anime, and that could be the Tiger Zord right there.
Definitely.
I mean, he's definitely got the lines of it going across the top of the head right there.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, guys, I did not share this on social media today, so I don't expect like a huge presence. But if you guys want to share the stream, be my guest. You know, by all means, share it.
Be your guest.
Because I do appreciate all of the love and support you guys give, even if it's just a little bit of a share. You know, it means the world to me. And again, we'll be back tomorrow night at normal time. My family's going to be out and about, going to visit some friends a little bit further upstate. So we will not get a chance to hang out with them tomorrow because they won't be getting back till like late at night anyway.
You're like, we done hanging out with these fools already. Come on.
Oh no, they were sitting there today because his wife really gets along with like me and Jen. Like we're like the only people that are
the only family members you get along with.
So it's kind of an interesting situation. I mean, I don't want to like say too much about his family dynamic, but you know.
But I'm
like one of the few friends he's had that has really just kind of like, you know, stuck by his side through thick and thin. You know, in fact, he wanted me to be in his wedding, he wanted me to come to his wedding. And this is when I was working at the hospital. When I first started like really working at the hospital real well, like a few years in, and like they had gotten the wedding all together and all that, and it was like a week before the wedding that he kind of said, "Hey, I kind of need you, man. Would you mind coming?" And I tried to get the time off, and they were like, "Nope." They flat out refused it. They were like, "Nope." So I had to break the news to him that I couldn't get the time off, you know, and I felt bad about it. And when my wedding came around, though, he was there. I mean, he was there when me and him have been there. We've been by each other's side, even if we couldn't be, you know, through everything.
I mean, you know, you get friends.
Hey, Messiah.
Things, you know.
Messiah, thank you for the super chat. With this build, though, I do not do the light show, just because it messes with the view. But I will take that. I appreciate that $3 super sticker. By the way, that is I appreciate it. Kitty is very sharp.
He will make some music through his mouth.
Yeah, so
some dubstep. No,
and that's one of in fact, we'll give you a dab party. That's what I'll do for you right there, brother. We'll give you a dab party. Thank you so much, Messiah, for the $3 super chat. Huge respect to you too, brother.
Aaron, are you excited for all the stuff going on at Celebration?
I haven't seen anything, man. Like I've been so busy, like I hadn't had a chance to look at anything.
I won't spoil it for you then.
I did see I did see that, you know, Daisy Ridley's getting a second chance, which, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here.
Okay.
I enjoyed her character. I did enjoy Ray. You know, a lot of people don't like her. A lot of people felt like she was a Mary Sue.
This is where I stand on it. I think she's a good actress.
Yes.
A lot of people were not fans of the character, and I just think my whole thing with the sequel series, it had its potential. In all honesty, it had potential.
Yeah.
I think personally, it should have been her and Finn going to Luke. because
Agreed.
my
Agreed.
my point of view on it is the way. I mean, one, Finn was the one awakening because he was a stormtrooper and like he realized this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this, and that's why he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You know, especially when his fellow stormtrooper put that blood smear on his helmet.
Yeah.
It's like something awoke in him, and he did handle the lightsaber pretty well for a newbie.
Yeah.
You know, so obviously there's a little bit of force in him. So it really would have made sense if there were not just one but two. Why can't we have two? Why does there have to be one teacher, one student? It's just like the Sith.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
always two, a teacher and a student. So
yeah.
it would break the cycle in a way, I think. But you know, that's just my point of view. And yes, Messiah, I am building Optimus Prime.
And I think a lot of people really didn't like the sequels just because it was, again, it wasn't the Star Wars that they had read in the books and read in the Legends lines and all that. And
Well,
there was a lot of
it's never going to
things
be
there.
that,
Yeah, it was never going to be.
sadly.
I mean, there was a lot of source material to go through to have to figure out what was good and what wasn't. I mean, come on, we had Boba Fett becoming Dengar's best man at his wedding, and I just that was a little cheesy for me. I don't know, it was a little cheese.
I am Boba Fett. Thank you. I did not know that. I am Boba Fett. Thank you. Okay, calm down.
Yeah,
I mean, like, okay, it picks up
same
15
Mirage.
years. It picks up 15 years later. I'm hoping that Finn is definitely there in some points.
See, same here, LeBron.
I'm hoping that Rey will be more of a gray Jedi. I think
Yeah,
that's what the franchise kind of needs right now.
yeah. See that
You know,
she's actually going to be like leading the
15
path to
years later.
rebuilding. Yeah, to
Yeah,
rebuilding, and there's going to be some resistance, so we are going to have some Sith influence there, maybe. Which I love that because every time we see Sith, we always think of Darth Vader or
Maul.
Emperor Palpatine or
I think of
Maul.
Maul when I think
Yeah,
Sith. I think of Maul. I think of the Inquisitors. I mean,
yeah,
that's really where my head is at with that. But we're also getting, I mean, the live action Rebels.
yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm very excited
I
for that.
mean, we get Ahsoka, we get Mrs. Kenobi.
Yeah,
You,
who's
you know
playing?
she's she's married to Ewan McGregor,
Yeah,
which I just
and
found out recently. I'm like, oh, isn't
and
that
the fact that
interesting?
she's playing Hera Syndulla, that makes it just.
Yep.
I loved Hera's character. That was one of my favorite characters from Rebels.
But
Of
even the
course,
actress playing Sabine, I mean, they look the part,
yeah,
and it looks great. And I know a certain Scarif After Dark personality who I'm sure is happy that her man, her love crush, her
yeah.
Star Wars crush is going to be actually on live screen. It's going to be a bit older, but he's going to be live screen
Hey,
finally.
Will.
Hey, Will, since we're going to have Thrawn finally.
Yeah, Mirage said the same thing I did. Here,
What?
well, the Emperor came back. I mean, we didn't get a good fleshed out Snoke. Instead, it was just, he's just kind of like wasted Emperor clone
Like
trash.
a bad clone batch attempt
Mm-hmm.
at Palpatine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they had Ian there. They had the Emperor.
Yeah.
So that begs the question, is he just there just to be a celebration, or is he there because maybe, just maybe, we're going to get him in there?
And
I
Mirage,
mean,
I will say this: I love the Mandalorian. I mean, I don't care what I'm hearing, from the talking heads. They're like, "Oh, it's such a terrible season. Oh, it's just not the same." Guys, it's a story, and that's what I love. I love the fact that we're getting more story focused on
hey,
everything.
there are some people who their favorite movie is Empire, and there are
Yeah,
some people who actually like Jedi better,
yeah,
in every fandom, you're going to have that. And I mean that because a buddy of mine, his favorite Ghostbusters movie is Part 2, actually.
yeah,
I mean, in anything, you're going to have people who like this one opposed to this one.
yeah,
But you know what? The world is great because we can all have our opinions and
yeah.
still be friends. So,
But I've been seeing
you know.
so many people
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
a lot of hate.
I've seen a lot of hate, and guys, I mean, this is what hurts me the most is because I mean, you look at what George Lucas poured into in the prequels. he created it the way he saw fit. He is the creator of Star Wars.
Yes, he is.
And rather than, I'm not saying blindly follow it, but rather than just sit back and enjoy the story that he came up with, which to me it felt like an obvious prequel. There was a lot of like it had some interesting effects, especially with the the not the roaring 20s, but the throwback to like the sci-fi of yesteryear kind of look.
Yeah.
We're getting that the Empire really kind of took a lot of the what we would see as becoming rebellion parts and bits and pieces there. We were rooting for the Republic, and then we knew, those of us that had been here and watched it, we knew what was going to happen. It's just I like the take that they took on it, because it wasn't just like, oh, he was always a young Jedi that was, we saw his growth slowly becoming the Sith Master, with Darth Vader, and we knew Emperor Palpatine was going to be evil.
Yes.
And the way they did it to me felt just the best way they could, And all the hate that characters like Jar Jar Binks got, and I'm just sitting there like, do you realize how many other
going to Jar Jar?
Yeah,
got to talk about this real quick.
Yeah,
I don't care what anyone says. I'm glad the actor finally got justice.
Agreed.
If you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I mean, Ahmed Best really went through a lot after his portrayal of Jar Jar Binks, because I mean, he had fun playing that character. He really did. It's just the fans were just brutal to him, and I mean, it was unjustified. There's no justification in treating someone who's just doing what he's told, and trying to make that character more fun. I mean, to be honest, I love the fact that we got new races in the Star Wars series, rather than just the same Wookiees, Ewoks, and background puppets that barely moved. We got.
And we're going to be getting. I'm forgetting the name of the Wookiee in question, but the one that's a Jedi that appeared in Bad Batch is going to be in the live action as well.
Yeah. Not Tarple.
I can't think of the name myself.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. He was in the Clone Wars animated series. Captain bringing out another dab party. Thank you so much, Captain. Let's go ahead and get that dab party. Thank you so much, Captain. We appreciate you.
I'm not liking this. I'm going to have to use our old friend Rubber Cement here.
Got a bad part.
It's just not staying in the right arm.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the left arm.
And I mean,
but I'm really not going to be making them do handstands and such. So
yeah. And I mean, guys, I know everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's entitled to that opinion. So I mean, I get it. Some people hate it, some people like it, but don't sit there and belittle someone who actually enjoyed it. Though I've had people tell me all the time that I didn't know good Star Wars, because if it would come up and bit me in the behind, and I'm like, I'm a fan of the series because it takes me away from the crappy existence I had. I had a good childhood, but I mean, at the same time, I watched,
I get a lot of people
Star Wars with my dad, because it was like the only way I could really get away from the fact that he was dying and sick,
I get people who razz me because I'm not political. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't get into politics, and the reason why I don't is because I mean, at the end of everything, what good does it do if my opinion is different than someone else's opinion on things? Whether it be anything political, I don't, and that's why I don't ask for it on my channel. I refuse to discuss politics on my channel.
My wife's family, they have like political discussions and all kinds of such, and that's not me.
Yeah, I tend to stay away from it myself, Dave. And like I said, I just
like people ask me questions about this president or that president or that president. I'm like, you know what? It's out of my hands. So I'm just trying to live my life and do what I can in my little corner of this country. So it's, that's how I feel about it. Judge me, go right ahead.
You agreed, Messiah. Messiah said it best right here.
No, I think, Star Wars.
Oh
no. Even though the meh moment, I mean, not everything's going to be perfect. You give me one franchise, everything is perfect in everyone's opinions.
Jen says she saw
Okay,
Roblox in here.
There we go. My hand is working now. Okay.
Yep,
Good.
there we go. Hey, Roblox, how's it going? I didn't see your chat in the grand scheme of things. Apparently, it didn't show up here on StreamYard, but
How dare they?
yeah, they tend to hide comments a lot of times, and I guess it's comments that YouTube kind of flags as possibly, oh, there's a bad word there, but really it's not. So I saw your comment. Hey, Roblox, how's it going? He didn't burn the books and eat the wolves. LeBron, yeah, I would vote for you, dude. Would you vote for me? Vote LeBron.
Listen, a vote for LeBron is a vote for a Gundam in every home. And a Power Ranger. There you go. If LeBron becomes president, he's going to bring back the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it.
All right, so I'm actually...
That's one thing I'm psyched for.
Well with this.
The 19th, the OG Rangers, new story, some old baddies, a little bit of nostalgia.
Yeah.
And if it turns out well, we could be seeing a lot more in the future. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see like how they do, you know, with
Robo Rita.
Yeah, with bringing back some of the classics, you know. Because as someone who watched the old Star Wars, or not Star Wars, all the old Power Ranger stuff as well, like the original stuff, like I missed out on a lot of stuff post like regular Mighty Morphin.
Oh, did you see the video I dropped? I didn't mean to drop it, but I would drop this morning.
The Dragon Zord?
Oh.
Yes.
It's my first ever Dragon Zord. I'm 44 and this is my first Dragon Zord. Yes, I'm proud.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
I have both of them, but the Zap Megazord and the Zap Dragon Zord. That doesn't mean if when those kits come available later, if they do, because I know there's a Megazord kit. If I get a chance to get it at a good deal, that doesn't mean I'm not going to build it. That Flame Toys one.
I definitely want to get the Megazord, and I want to at least get the Blue Ranger, because again, like I said, I'm more of a Blue Ranger kind of guy.
Billy, yeah,
and it's just because as I'd gotten older and I started getting glasses, I quit seeing myself more as like a Red Ranger and more as like the Blue Ranger, because I had glasses. I got picked on a lot for being a nerd.
A nerd, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Billy didn't give the credit he was really deserved. That is until going through the Power Ranger saga, he got picked on a lot, and then later on, after when they went from Ninja to being Zeo, he was the man. He was the man building the Zords, designing stuff. He wasn't wearing glasses. Because he took charge when the Rangers were kids. He's the one that stepped up. So I'm glad. It looks like he's going to be leading the team this time around too, because there's a lot of Easter eggs a certain person found out and looked at that suggests that he's going to be a big force in the Rangers returning.
That is very heartbreaking news, Duff, that the Wolves got Calvin. They got Calvin from Sons of the Forest. All right, Mirage, have a good night. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Watch out for the monkeys, my friend.
Messiah, have a great night as well. Hey, Legacy of Nerd, what's going on? How's everything going? Speaking of Power Rangers,
we summoned Daniel.
I'm about to say yes.
I missed his stream yesterday because
don't ask Bill Murray for help with his witchcraft. Duff, everybody's saying hey to Duff. Thank you so much.
Hey, I mean, I was too drained. Like people were asking me to appear on their streams. I'm just like, I can't be on camera. I'm just like, I look like utter crap.
Let's see. Cap says he liked TMT more, which I get it. TMNT was one of my favorites as well. Like I was a big
in a sad kind of way. They did crossover, but it was the Fox Kids version of Ninja Turtles when they had the female turtle Venus.
Yeah.
And that series was just badly done. They did Power Rangers in Space, did a team up with the Ninja Turtles from the Fox show.
That just seems kind of meh.
It was tremendously meh.
Like I don't like. I'm not knocking anything, because I never watched it, so I can't give it my
Well, it's the whole thing of like when someone is shoving content down your throat that you did not ask for, you never
Yeah.
wanted to begin with.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I felt about it.
I don't like a lot of crossover stuff. Like I really feel like crossovers can sometimes be
Now, don't get me wrong. I have two graphic novels, which are
yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus a certain franchise that you know I love,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. They did two
Yeah.
storylines, but those were actually really done well. Now, kids show up like, hey, let's throw Ninja Turtles with Power Rangers. I mean, it's like, okay, one fights monsters, but they don't fight gigantic monsters.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
I mean, I see where like that's kind of become a thing with cross. Everything's crossing over now, and you're getting like crossover multiverse. Yeah, I mean, however, my opinion on that is my opinion. I don't like a lot of crossover stuff. Again, I feel like each universe has its own pros and cons and its own quirks, and I mean that it is what it is. I'll go ahead and get ready to cut out that in a second there, but we gotta. I'm almost done with this kit. You like the second Black Ranger, Adam?
Well, see, I liked Adam. Adam had a pretty good story.
Yeah.
Because speak of Power Rangers in space, they brought
Nice, Will.
They brought Adam back for an episode. Because the current Black Ranger was feeling kind of meh, and he was feeling, very insecure. And they were visiting Earth, and just so happens that classic Adam shows up.
Yeah.
And the kid Carlos, who's the current Black Ranger, is feeling a bit, he's being attacked and he doesn't have the confidence.
Yeah.
So to give him some backup, Adam pulls out his damaged morpher.
Yeah.
Alpha says you can't use it. If you ever try to use it, it could kill you. Well, I didn't use those exact words, but kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
He uses it, and we see his morph is kind of phasing in and out, and he's causing him tremendous pain. But it's kind of cool to see that kind of a thing going on, because it's like, hey, wait a minute, this is a callback. We always wondered, well, if they tried to use their morphers after the coins were destroyed. That was a pretty good little story, though.
Yeah. See, and I dig stories like that where, and I'm getting used to like I said, I'm getting used to all these different things, that I've missed out on because, like I said, growing up, we didn't really have a chance to kind of get over to like Nickelodeon to watch, like that version of Power Rangers, like the new versions of Power Rangers.
We had a chance to watch. Only had it for a few years, though.
Yeah, and a lot of times I didn't really get a chance to watch like Saturday morning TV or whenever Power Rangers would be on, because I mean like. At that point, I was already like gearing up for Toonami and things like that.
Yeah, Toonami was the best, though. Come on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I literally got my love of Gundam from being able to watch it.
Tenchi Muyo and
Tenchi Muyo had me so confused about how relationships were supposed to work.
Oh yeah. But I mean, come on, everybody knew Tom.
Yeah. Voiced by the great Stephen Bloom.
And no, we're not talking about Tom from MySpace. We're not talking about him.
No, although
that's a different Tom.
Tom never unfriended you on MySpace.
I had people who I remember, like when I first got on Facebook.
Yeah,
some people were using his profile photo.
Yeah. Just dropped the part and it bounced. I have no idea where it bounced though. Oh, I see it. Had to turn on my little ring light that's under my desk.
Now, did you watch Mandalorian this week?
I did.
And what did you think of the cameos?
I thought it was good. I honestly enjoyed kind of a quirky planet like that. Like, I love seeing like
Wizard of Oz, or not Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. That was my take.
Definitely like an Alice in Wonderland vibe with maybe a hint of like Wizard of Oz.
Well, I was happy with the episode.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd being in it.
But I don't think this is the last we see of him.
I don't either. I liked his character too. Just being
he's played a bad guy in a lot of times in the past, but my whole thing is this: the fact that he's a separatist. I know the separatists aren't exactly the same as the Empire, but they could very well be. because they both hate the rebellion and everything else.
Yeah.
So my
Speaking
whole
of
thing
Dubby,
is, yes.
speaking of Dubby, I'm having my passion joy tea. This is one of my favorite flavors, guys. If you like tea, this is a good way to go. It's the Kool-Aid. It's definitely the Kool-Aid Berserker.
And guys, don't forget 10% off with code Kouldbayne.
Exactly.
But like I was saying, I think that he's gonna be. I think like he could be a sympathizer to Moff Gideon, and this could be a play from Moff, behind the scenes without anybody realizing it.
I'm curious to see what's going on with Moff Gideon. Because the whole scene with we found Beskar fragments in the in the wreckage. I was like, huh. My first thought was, oh, look at what Axe and them have done.
Nope. Here's my whole thing on that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. What if? And this is a pretty crazy psychotic what if. So please, people, don't look at me sideways. What if Moff? I mean, obviously, we know that he had hands. He had his hands on Beskar because that's how the merchants or the client paid Din Djarin with. Okay.
Yeah, with Beskar.
So, who's to say? I'm going to throw this out there. This is like a. Whoa, you okay there?
Yeah, I went to grab my runner and it caught the Dubby container. Again, it had a hook on it. And it pulled the Dubby container onto my desk.
I hope you didn't spill anything.
No. Luckily, the Dubby cup is pretty durable.
Indestructible.
Yeah, they're pretty reliable, actually. I dig them.
So,
but it knocked everything over, including remotes. And
so here's my theory. What if Moff, after the failed attempt, especially with Luke Skywalker, playing his role in taking out the Dark Troopers, what if they added Beskar to the armor of the Dark Troopers?
It would be interesting.
That would make them pretty damn hard to take out.
Yeah.
Or what if like Moff Gideon has his own Beskar armor made? I mean, could you imagine either Dark Troopers or Stormtroopers with Beskar armor?
Or what if we're getting a big lead up to where Thrawn is
still alive?
Yeah.
After all these, well, I mean, yeah, it is Star Wars, so anything's possible. I mean,
remember, Ahsoka was looking for him at that point.
Yep. And I mean, come on, Ahsoka looks good for her age.
Yeah.
I mean, how old is Ahsoka? I mean, she was only like a handful of years younger than Anakin was.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up when people are like shipping her and Luke. I'm like, just because
they're rubbing the cradle.
I mean, I'm still holding out hope for a Mara Jade.
Yeah, but I don't foresee that ever happening.
Yeah, I know.
I think we had our chance with that, and I know Mark Hamill himself really even said that like he felt a little meh about the way things happened.
Oh yeah, with the sequels. Oh
yeah, because he really felt like felt like they could have taken it. I mean, and in all honesty, I blame Kathleen Kennedy for the direction things went because rather than
speaking of her. At Celebration, they introduced the executive producer of, I forgot what show it was, and then they introduced her.
Yeah.
Like, there was a little applause for him.
Yeah.
Almost dead silence for her. Like, she kind of like, as she's coming out, like, she waved her hand, and then, like, her hand went down really quickly when she realized that nobody likes her.
Yeah, well, I mean, she tried to take Star Wars from what it was, and that's the thing is it's always been it's been a space western with a hint of fantasy, with a hint of like the old like Katakawa films,
Oh yes.
Like there was so much influence and all that, and then all of a sudden it became just how much money could we milk off of this,
And you said it right there. Star Wars was kind of an old west. I mean, Lucas for years has said that his idea of the Jedi was kind of based off the Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Which of course was later adapted to the Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's why so many of us fell for the Mandalorian. We're like, wow, this is like an old school Western. This is like the man with no name.
Yeah.
It was Clint Eastwood. it was Space Clint Eastwood, and I think that's why we're kind of digging it.
Yeah.
But then there's I mean, Bad Batch is basically the Dirty Dozen, or it's
Yeah.
the A Team. It's the Dirty Dozen / A Team in space. Because they they didn't betray their country or anything. They did what they
No.
were supposed to do, and then they're just kind of like, oh well, we're retiring you permanently.
Yeah, they
It's,
they made them into criminals because that was what the Empire was aiming to do anyway, you know.
Yep. And they they're off on their own, and I watch it religiously. Am I annoyed by the character of Omega? Yes, I can't stand her, but hey,
I kind of dig Omega.
she just comes off as annoying to me. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I
again,
mean, when
Star
you
Wars is not going to be perfectly perfect,
yeah, and the reason why I kind of dig her a little bit is you think about it, I can understand why she comes off as the way she does if you think about how she's been raised. She's been
Yes.
raised as Tanwei's basically her servant rather than a
Yes.
actual child. So she's never had that she's had that lust for adventure, and instead of getting it, just like
Yeah.
every other clone of Boba.
Well, I mean,
Or not Boba, Django.
if you think about it, and clones and everything aside, you
Yeah.
get a child that's cooped up all their existence, all their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to know more. I mean, that's part of my phrase, human nature.
Yeah.
But do you watch Bad Batch at all?
I haven't watched this season yet.
Okay.
We've watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but we've been trying to tackle so many.
There were some 1 or 2 that seemed like fillers, but then there was a lot of like, whoa, okay, this is getting good now, especially towards the end.
Let's see. Now I get to build the tail here. This is gonna be fun.
And it's just so weird, like we get characters like Rhea Perlman in there who plays Sid.
Really? I did not know that was her.
That was her, yeah.
That's really awesome. I'm learning a lot there.
You're getting oh god, what's her name? Trying to think of her name. Comedian. I'm trying to think of her name. God, how am I blanking on her? She was on the Drew Carey show for a hot minute. Can't think of her name right now, but she plays kind of like almost like an Indiana Jones adventurer type on the show. And I mean, just they got a lot of really good people on there, and they got some real dark, twisted characters that kind of pop up.
I love that throughout most of the series we've had more of Cad Bane, like he's one of my favorite.
Not enough if you ask me.
I would love to see more like Tales of the Bounty Hunters kind of things come out,
I mean, we got Tales of the Jedi is not impossible. And I mean, let's face it, I think one of the most high rated or most viewed episodes of Mandalorian was when we had Cad Bane on there.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett, yeah.
Up. But I mean, still, it's like, whoa, we got Cad Bane, live action Cad Bane, and it was the Rebels, the voice that he that did him in Rebels. That I'm like, sign me up, man. Could you imagine like if they did a prequel, like like young Boba Fett, like him learning the trade from Cad Bane and other bounty hunters since his father Bingo was dead?
So it's kind of ironic that Cad Bane was teaching him because that was. I don't know if you remember the lore, but Django was the one that trained Cad Bane.
Yeah,
he took him on as an apprentice.
I mean,
and I love that they retconned it basically to where Boba and Django are Mandalorians.
Yeah,
because the whole there was a line in Clone Wars where basically Olmec, the senator, was like, "Oh, that guy, he's totally not a Mandalorian. He's just wearing the armor that he shouldn't be wearing." And I'm like, "No, anybody and everybody knows that had it not been for
the differs."
Yeah, I was like, I know Dave Filoni's gonna say, "Yep, he totally is." I mean, I never took what Prime Minister Olmec said with a grain of salt anyway, because he was a liar to begin with.
You said you haven't watched Mandalorian yet, or you have watched all the episodes?
We watched Mandalorian. We hadn't watched Bad Batch yet.
How'd you like that? All the Jedi pilots at the bar.
Yeah.
Did you catch everyone who was there?
Yep, I saw Seb.
Yep. And I'm
I was
like,
excited for that. I
why?
really enjoyed that too. Seeing Seb and hearing
Yeah, but you had everyone else. Like you had Filoni in there, and Filoni doesn't like
yeah,
being on camera. So the fact that they talked him into it,
yeah,
because I watch Paul Sung-Lee, who plays Carson, the
yeah,
pilot Carson. Um, he has his own channel called I think it's called Bitter Asian Dude,
no,
and he does unboxes all the time of various collectibles, Star Wars and other sci-fi stuff. He's a big Ghostbusters fan and everything.
yeah.
He does live streams every Sunday, like around like 7 o'clock or so, maybe like six or
Oh,
seven.
LeBron said that was Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, that's who I couldn't think of. Um, but he was on there, like he was talking a lot of stuff, and he even gives you like he was like, oh, by the way, in that scene, all the jackets all the pilots were wearing, yeah, we
Yeah,
got to keep those.
nice.
So that was kind of cool.
I think that is cool.
Well, I'm like,
Also,
I'm like so shocked that they haven't done a figure for him,
I feel like he needs
because
one.
well, he's been in so I mean, come on, how many episodes has he been in? And we've gotten figures for people who've only appeared in one episode. So
Yeah.
that's my
No,
whole thing. I'm like,
I will say this. Like one of my favorite things that he's in is
corner
Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience on the Canadian show.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really love him as Appa.
And that's where we got Shang-Chi.
Shang Tsung. Yeah, Shang-Chi. I was about to say Shang Tsung, but that's a different that's a different series
Wouldn't
altogether.
that be interesting?
I actually watched him
You'll
the other
catch
day
his
on
mind.
another YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel where they try out different foods from. I think it used to be a BuzzFeed channel, and I think it's like its own thing now
Okay.
called Worth It,
Hmm.
where basically they go around and try like they tried 3 different foods at 3 different price levels, and try to figure out is it worth it, for the price level you're getting, and then they had him on there, and I thought it was really cool because I looked at him and I was like, wait a minute, I recognize this guy, and Jen was like, wait a minute, isn't that she was like, who is that? I was like, it's the brother off of
Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience, yeah. And I looked at him again. I was like, wait a minute. I also recognize him from something else. And I realized he was Shang-Chi. Which I love the fact that he's such a versatile actor.
Oh yeah. They're making a live version of Avatar.
No, Avatar: The
Airbender?
Last. Yeah.
But this one's actually made like more to the book, and
Yeah.
the characters are just it's really going to be something that the fans are really going to go for this time around instead of what they did the last time.
Yeah, the last one.
Was it M. Night Shyamalan actually directed that?
Yeah, and as much as I know, he probably felt like he could do it justice.
No.
He likes to play around with plots too much. And I mean, granted, he's done some great plot twists and movies and all that, but that's one of those series you have to kind of stick by the core.
M. Night, you play too much.
All right, LeBron, have a great night. Thank you for being here. We do need to finish Kim's Convenience. Duff, have a great night as well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, Duff, have a good one, man.
We ended up we got 17 likes so far, guys, and I'm gonna finish this kit tonight. I'm definitely gonna try to finish this tonight because I want to get it done.
Get her done.
No, Dave, I'll tell you something right now. They're getting back to what I was.
Something.
Let me. I gotta tell you, man. Spending time with my best friend and his family.
Mm-hmm.
His grandma is one of those like little old Southern ladies that, she
filter.
Loves cooking. What's that?
No filter.
Oh no, she's very like quiet and reserved compared to like compared to his granddaddy. His granddaddy's the one that like has no filter and will tell you how it is. But she is so there's one thing you learn about little Southern ladies when you live in the South is that one, they cook a mean, like they do a mean like Sunday dinner.
Okay.
Like it's usually they would cook a big meal right after church, and she just kind of continues that tradition that was passed down to her. She makes a killer pound cake too. Like,
Did you pound that pound cake?
oh, I tore that thing up. It was so good.
Don't drop that.
But it was. I mean, it's a very like moist and like decadent one. Like the flavors are all there. You know, it's not terrible. All right, I'm having to cut out 10 of everything for this tail. By the way,
10?
10.
9 times.
So everything I'm cutting out right now is going to take me a minute. But again, I'm finishing up tonight. I'm going as far as I can. Jen says she can't wait for the HBO remake of Harry Potter. She says apparently it's supposed to be.
Is that really happening?
It is happening.
Oh.
Well, I will say this: they're actually going to stick closer to the books than the movies did.
Well, like, I joked around with my wife. I said, they're doing a remake of Potter. She's like, no, they're not.
HBO has actually been looking at the rights for it for a while because, I mean, let's face it, the movies kind of ended on an okay note. It was not the ending that a lot of the fans were looking for, but you know, it is what it is.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, how big a fan is Jen?
She's into it.
Okay, so this is what I'll put out there. If we have time in June, I'll see if we have time to swing by the Potter store, and I'll message you.
All right. You plan on going to Universal?
That place is, you're like waiting for an hour or two just to get in. That's like how busy it was when we went there.
So I have one extra piece here.
Because my wife got a wand, I got a wand.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a wand because I'm like, well, if you're here and you're going to get one, I'm like, I might as well just get one too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's see. I've got to figure out how this all goes together.
Son of a snapper.
This goes into this like that, and then that goes in.
And like this and that?
Like, let's see. Bladed part goes like that, and that just is supposed to slide. There we go. Slides right in. I got to do that 10 times. So let's just go ahead and get started with doing what we can.
Good Lord, there's a lot of sliding.
Yeah, there's a lot of small pieces here to build. Because what we're doing is we're basically building out the tail.
Yeah.
And you're doing it twice for the parts because you're going to have one set of, it's basically interchangeable. So like you'll build a final tail piece, at the end there, but this all kind of just locks into place.
Oh, come on.
And creates.
So I got this little piece right here. This is going to work like a leg swivel part.
Yeah.
But it's got like a little, you can see like there's a little groove.
Yeah.
Obviously it's supposed to squeeze in and snap into the other piece. Well, it's not doing that.
Jen says she's a fan, like not a diehard fan, like, oh my god, I need Harry Potter decor and clothing and theming and things, but she definitely enjoys it. She's also a Slytherin.
Is she now?
Yeah.
So like if we got our hands on butterbeer, she wouldn't want us to ship it to you. Okay.
That's right. I've actually made
Harry
it before.
Potter snacks?
I've actually made it before. It's not hard to make. I think I still got the recipe video up.
But did it taste the same?
It tasted pretty good to me. Hey, Destination Stone, how's it going? Glad to have you here, Dwayne. We appreciate you, brother.
He was actually streaming earlier.
Was he?
Was it The Long Dark? I think the game was called.
I didn't know. Why do I feel like I'm missing?
Skitty didn't know.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I cut out one too many pieces here.
Son of a motherless snapper. This does not want to go in.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but like I said, my family was like, "Yeah, we got to go up to we got to go up to like the Midlands area tomorrow, so we got to leave early so we can get there by lunch." Because his wife, my best friend's wife, one of her local best friends, moved into the area. Like, I want to say early last year. Yeah, I might have to definitely use tweezers to kind of push some of these parts in because it's a little tricky. I'm looking for my straight ones there because those actually push a little better. Jen said also she wants to watch Euro Trip now. Jen said yes, butterbeer and snacks. She says always. We actually had a pretty good butterbeer from like a bottled butterbeer.
Well, that's what they sell is like the butterbeer in like packs of 4.
Yeah.
But they also had like other snacks there. In fact, I know Jen was joking a month or 2 ago about you guys coming up to like for a Syracuse game or something. There was actually a spot in somewhere in lower New York State that actually had like a Harry Potter like immersive event.
Yeah.
My wife and her friends went for the weekend. They're like, "Oh," she was like, "Do you mind?" I said, "No, go nerd." And so you put up with my craziness. Let someone put up with yours for a couple days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing is Jen's not excited about the business trip a little bit. She said it.
Think of that peace and quiet. And well, Aaron, think about this. How many of your Gundams will still be there?
She'll leave.
She's gonna have a yard sale. Come on.
She knows what's good for her. She'll leave them all there.
She's gonna have a whatnot stream.
Well, the good news is I know that won't happen because one, she said she'll never get on camera, so my Gunpla are safe. Why is that not pushing?
She's gonna hire Chili Gamer Boy.
Yeah, she'll probably get Brandon to do it for her. That's not pushing. I want it to.
She's man chewing on a cookie. Cap, you never heard of Captain Small? You never heard of butterbeer from Harry Potter?
It's really delicious. Like I like it.
Isn't it like mostly kind of like an orangey kind of a flavor, like a cream soda?
Yeah, kind of like it's more like a so yeah, kind of like a cream soda in a way, but like buttery, like butterscotch. Like a butterscotch soda would be the better way to describe it.
And that's where the butter comes from.
Yeah.
Son of a.
Yep, I just had one of my moments here where the parts aren't lining up.
Oh, I'm still working on that one piece I mentioned.
Yeah.
It's like I probably could put together like this right here.
Yeah.
But it has to go into that other part first. So I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah, this just isn't lining up the way I want it to. Like it's not. There we go. I got it. I had to like pull it up. I had to pull it closer to me.
Shotbot.
Okay. Ah, come on.
Stupid dog.
Use this to get a little more leverage. Come on. It's just something is holding it up. I gotta cut it off. Like I think it's just a little bit of like leftover runner getting in the way.
There we go. Geez, that only took like 5 or 10 minutes.
It's gotta be something I can use to push the end of this. This absolutely sucks. Like it's not the kit itself, it's just this one idea they've got here to connect everything. I'm making sure I got everything cleared out of the way there. try this. What am I catching on? That's what I don't get. Yeah, Jen's got to work Friday and Sunday, and she's not looking forward to it. But I mean, it's a business trip, and it's only like a once in a while kind of thing. Like I shouldn't have to do this like all the time.
And it's kind of cool if your company's paying for it and everything. Like,
Yeah, they're
hey,
paying
we want
for
you to go
everything,
here.
man. So I'm actually heading up to like headquarters. That's where the trip's gonna be.
Aaron, I got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
Mini bar.
Nah. I ain't abusing that. But
nobody said you'd be abusing it now.
Yeah, but I'm not much of a drinker anymore. Like I used to be a fish.
Well,
and now
mini bar could be sodas or waters or who knows what.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Well, I think they tell me within reason they'll pay for it, you know. So I have to be very careful with what in reason means.
Steak dinners, who knows?
Yeah, I doubt that's on the menu.
Hey, you never know that. One of the bosses there be like, "Hey, let me take you out to dinner."
Hey, okay. Kenneth Bird, how are you? Again.
And then you'll send Jen pictures, and then she'll be even more mad at you.
God, yeah. Okay, this part's not going on. Maybe once I start like forcing them together.
Duct tape?
I don't think I can force them together. I think it has to be like they don't really. I mean, they show you something here that's kind of similar to what you're doing. You know what? I'm tired of these dead young little spiders showing up out of nowhere. God. Okay, what the hell? It's like one part that just does not line up with the rest of it, and I'm looking to see if there's like something in the way. My hands are tired from pushing it.
Hey, Berserker, have a good one, man. Hope little man's feeling better.
Yeah, hopefully little man's feeling better, Berserker. Have a great night. Thank you for being here.
One of the great things about my current the new job is like they don't like yell at you for like phones. Like, well, since I have yet to actually start real training.
Yeah.
It's just been like, okay, everyone in the room is like on their phones, on Facebook or watching movies.
Yeah.
Because we're waiting for like the official training to begin, which has yet to begin. Although we've done some like updating of certain files and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, just like with anything, if you get one system that's down, that prevents you from completing your work. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
awesome,
hopefully
Berserker.
this week I'll start doing stuff.
I'm glad they're getting that worked out for you, brother. That's good news.
Insomnia, man.
Yeah, he's been battling that for a while.
Yikes.
I haven't quite had a huge struggle with it, but there's been nights where I've been, like last night I woke up like a couple of times just panicking about like this big computer overhaul that we're getting ready to do.
I mean, like there are times when like I'm just awake because of after everything I went through physically.
Yeah.
It's just like a byproduct of that. Or like there's like stressing, like day before I started the new job. I was stressing so bad about it. Like I just was like, I couldn't sleep. It wasn't like I was having terrors or anything about it. It's just like I just couldn't sleep because my mind was like, okay, what's this going to be like? Am I going to get fired the first day? All that crazy stuff that is nonsensical. I think a lot of us kind of get that way. That does not sound like a good sigh.
No, I'm just struggling with this one piece that I've been fighting with for a second. It's not a terrible like setup. It's just something's not lining up, and it's causing issues with the build. My hands are hurting right now from pushing parts into place. Just see if it might be just this one orange piece here.
And by the way, God. I got to thank you for sharing that post.
Hey, anytime, brother. Anytime.
Because I'll be honest, it's been like I'm so far behind this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been posting all the time, but nobody is jumping.
Yeah.
And I know it's that way with a lot of things.
Yeah, this year's not really been a great year financially for a lot. And I'm trying to help you any way I can, brother.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I'm like,
Once I get this
oh,
once
you
I get
shared
this
it because
yeah.
like yesterday, Blaze shared, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, you're awesome for doing that. You know.
And in any way I can help, I'll try, Dave. Like I said, with this new job, I'm trying to figure out like logistics and hours and all that. So
Yeah.
have a
Man,
good night, Freya.
look at Optimus, man. He's got the abs going on.
Nice.
He's
Good
got
news.
5-inch waist. Z-Pack.
Good
Oh,
news,
so he's
Berserker.
antibiotics.
Sleep well,
then.
brother.
Probably a erythromycin or some variation of that. Probably.
Yeah.
I've taken Z-Pack so many times.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
Well,
I've been on it a lot when I was a
I had
kid.
strep throat like I don't know 7 or 8 times in high school.
Yeah.
They thought like I had one year they thought I had mono. One year they thought it was something else, and just my asthma and everything else. Just I had a tendency of getting strep throat a lot,
Oh, that sucks, man.
and then eventually they took out my tonsils. This is after high school because my one tonsil would be enlarged and the other one was normal.
Yeah.
Well, if one swells up, that's going to block your pathways. It's hard for you to breathe and just all kinds of other crap.
Let's see. I got to do this again.
And again, and then
Got to do 10 more sets of these. But this time we're adding in the white color.
not this one, but that one. Okay.
Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, and then
no, and then
the 10th one. No, I think I cut off a little too much there. Oh well. There we go, and then more of this.
By the way, in Back to the Future at the end when Doc says where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
That's the bike. Man, yesterday,
Really?
I was going off curbs and like I'm going to be drop premiering a video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is like I sped up the footage so it's like 4 times normal speed. So you're not sitting there for like an hour and a half watching me actually bike ride. So
Yeah.
it's more like a half hour. You'll see a lot of the parts like this one bike, this one park.
Yeah.
Like all the road and everything on the bike path is like completely broken up. So you're actually seeing me kind of like, swerving this way or this way. And then eventually I have to go over the really bad parts. And it's like, I'm going over it without any troubles. Like, regular bikes, you kind of have to be mindful of going off curbs or hitting certain things.
Yeah.
Not this. I mean, it's got like a 4-inch, almost like a 5-inch wheel. The tire itself.
Really?
I mean, technically, I could ride this bike in the snow if I wanted to.
I have had a terrible time with dropping parts tonight. It's just because my right hand's tired from trying to force that one part. It doesn't help that it happens to be a gray part that's rounded, so it bounces and lands on a spot that might be shadowy.
Oh, yesterday when I got home after the ride, my hands were like they did not want to work because my fingers were frozen the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you've had like cold weather, hadn't you?
40, 41 degrees and it's supposed to be like much better this week.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I need to get out. My wife's like, oh, she's like, you could just go around the island. I'm like, no, I said I need to push myself. I need to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
I need to go over the bridge. I need to make sure that I'm going to be able to have the power to go up hills and bridges. And honestly, the path I'm going to be doing this year is not that extreme than what I did yesterday. Yesterday was probably more of a challenging bike ride than anything else. So, but I went through it, and I still wound up with like 20 to 22% battery power on the bike after a 30-mile ride. But then I find out through other people that, well, that's not the end of the story, because there's something a little bit extra to it. Because I rode it in colder weather, that affects your battery power.
Huh.
So with me doing the actual ride in June, I should have much more power. Plus, I actually played around using the throttle a few times, trying the different settings on it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like battery is going to be an issue for me for the ride, because I had a few people say, "Oh, you're going to need a second battery for that." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to lug around another 10 to 15-pound battery on the back of the rack, adding more weight to the bike." I mean, someone's telling me, "Hey, you need to do this." I'm like, "Well, you're in like California, so you go up all these hills and stuff. You don't know the exact route I'm doing." So, but I'm excited for it. So I just have to get training, because the good news is I did not have to use my inhaler at all.
That's good, brother. That's really good, man, because I know that sometimes you've had some struggles with that, especially with exerting yourself.
Exerting, stress.
Yeah. Just all of that in between.
Talking with my wife. I'm kidding.
One day I'm just going to hear like this. I'm just going to hear someone yell Judy Chop, and next thing I know,
Judo Chop.
All right, now to start building this tail.
Now let me ask you, do you have any interest in watching the Mario movie?
Yeah, I actually do. I want to see it just because growing up, I watched the original Mario Brothers movie. And
well, that's a classic to me, if you ask me.
Yeah, it
it's
definitely
a guilty
is
pleasure classic for me.
It is. It definitely is. I enjoyed it. Just because it was a cheesy sci-fi flick. It was based on, it took its own interpretation of what the Mario Brothers games were like.
I hear a lot of people say that it's really good. Is it cheesy at times? They say yes, but Chris Pratt as Mario, I'm just no.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I do want to. I mean, I would see it just for Jack Black as Bowser.
Yeah. All right, let me start building all of this.
And that reminds me of another thing. Speaking of Jack Black, and we know he was on Mandalorian.
Yeah. Jen says she's falling asleep.
Isn't she always?
Yeah, she had a busy day today.
Well, you said she worked.
She had to work. Of course, horseback riding lessons never take a break, not even on holidays. But I think the only holiday they really don't work is like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and even then, if the people want to put lessons out,
you don't have to tell me about, because once upon a time I worked for a bowling alley.
Yeah,
you be amazed how many people bowl on Easter.
I'm about to say that doesn't surprise me.
It brings back memories of having to prep Bloody Marys.
Yeah,
like there's no tomorrow. I swear to God.
On Easter.
Oh yes,
it's kind of messed up.
Listen, they love to drink here.
Yeah, well, never mind. It was just the connotation of a Bloody Mary on
Bloody
Easter.
Marys? Oh yeah.
All I can think of is the song by Ghost, "Mary on a Cross." That's I'm a big Ghost guy now. I love their music.
Oh, the bike video I edited.
Yeah.
Guess what artist is featured all the way through it?
What? Netflix.
Just take it. Yes.
Dude, I love Netflix. The guy even, did you see his live stream he did the other night?
No, I did not.
So I think it was last night or night before last. He did a massive live stream where he was just talking about music and like his plans to do a tour, and they're looking
to town. I definitely want to check him out.
Yeah, I mean he was talking a whole lot about like just you know, how he's just so happy that his music's getting utilized in such, you know, such a positive way.
Well, I put in the video description for the video that, by the way, writing music is supplied by such and such.
Yeah. He was such a good find too. Like I can't believe that like his stuff was sitting right there in the music library, and it was just like I went and looked,
Well,
and
see, I got to go through the library and get all the recent stuff because I only have like a
yeah,
handful.
I know some of the stuff he's not putting. He's only putting out certain things for license.
Yeah. I
So I've
mean,
been
if it's
using.
in the YouTube library, then obviously
Yeah,
it's.
yeah. Obviously, it's in use now. YouTube's new music library has been a little interesting lately. Just with like some of the songs on there that being you know, having people that you know use it for their stuff. Like one person actually sampled an Epic song and tried to claim that they had written it, and I was like, "Nope, I got this from this source." And YouTube was like, "Yep, he did." So your claim is not
Yep,
valid.
sir, you betcha. Well, I see people who, they do that with video stuff too. Like someone will play a copyrighted TV show or cartoon in its entirety.
Yeah, we
And,
won't name names. I kind of know of a certain. Almost finished, Jen. I'm actually literally cleaning up the bits now to start putting the tail together. There was a certain
yeah, I know who
I
you're
don't
hinting at.
understand. I don't understand how that channel has not been like, because that's everything they're doing is literally the same thing as like going into a movie theater. And I know some of the stuff.
Yeah.
I know some of the stuff is public domain, but there's also other channels that I've noticed doing that with people's actual gameplay footage. You know, and you can't do that in good faith. That's literally the same thing as like, you
Yeah.
know, going in and using someone's TikToks to make your own videos, or using
It's like even if you take that video and put your own voiceover on it,
yeah,
that's still that's
as long
technically.
as
I mean, that gameplay technically it's someone else's intellectual property because they're the person playing it.
correct. And I mean, we've had me and you've had this talk before about it, about certain people doing that, and
Yes.
those certain people have also argued with me about that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like I've said, I don't support the idea of, oh, those aren't copyrighted anymore. Okay, Will said he saw the Mario movie and he really enjoyed it. Okay, I can't wait to check it out. I really do want to check it out because,
Will, were you wearing a Mario shirt? Come on, you're amongst friends. You can tell us.
I don't think he ever actually owned anything that wasn't like geared towards like metal bands and things like that. Like I've never seen him wear like game merch.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I imagine he probably went with his son.
I remember once upon a time, my wife was like, "All you have are dark shirts," and then suddenly she's like, "What's this doing in the laundry?" Because it was like a white T-shirt with a different graphic on it.
Yeah,
She's like, "Where did this come from?" I bought it. You said all I wear is just black T-shirts.
some of these parts just don't line up well, and I'm not a fan of that. But
That's not nice.
yeah, they're like literally not wanting to snap in place. Like they're not cut right, and I think that could be just like something holding it back. But the
Somebody's
one thing,
home.
oh no, my dog just like she's in the room right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have to keep her and the black lab of my sister separated.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
They don't get along, or they get along too well.
they don't get along at all.
Okay.
I just stabbed myself.
Medic.
See, now none of these parts are wanting to line up, and I'm starting to wonder if there's not like a little piece of like runner or something left over. Yeah, it's just not snapping into place, so I'm gonna have to like force them whenever I put everything together. Oh well, yeah, Will does have one. Okay, so this kit does have a little bit of a
Okay.
curve here, Jen, that I'm having to get used to.
He was wearing his Destiny 2 shirt, so it's a video game shirt. Okay.
Yeah, so he has one video game shirt. Okay.
But I bet it looks metal though.
It does. It probably does.
So I think they said Lance had a was it aneurysm or something? Some pulmonary issue.
Huh.
That's what he had died from.
Oh.
But I love hearing the stories that he was actually an actual gamer.
Yeah, he played the game, and he always ran as a warlock of all things.
So Kouldbayne, think about it. You could have played with him and not even know about it.
I could have. He was such a great member of that community too. Like he really.
Well, I went through his IMDb, and
Yeah.
there's so many stuff that I didn't even realize that I saw him in.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of different things, and he's been a very influential member of like. Okay, I'm tired of stabbing my dead gum finger now. That hurts. This is probably the dumbest way to put something together here.
Okay, that truly must be a third-party kit now.
Yeah, so you can see the marking on my finger there where I've just run the tweezers pretty much against the skin there. Because I have nothing really dull enough to push these on. But all right, I got that part done.
Well, I have this kind of sore little part on my corner of my thumb, and let's just say I've hit it a few times tonight too. So you're not alone.
Yeah. Like some of these parts are going in so well, and I'm happy with that. But some of these parts just do not want to force themselves in. Let me try that. Try just flipping it. Maybe it's just the way I've got it. Now that worked. So yeah, I think it's just the way in which they're going.
11.
Are you kidding me? It is. It's just the way that they're like lining up into it. There's actually a rhyme or reason to how they're supposed to go in, and I'm just like not doing it right.
By the way, I'm shocked I'm not going through withdrawal. I have not gone on any toy hunts or gone to a Target in probably 3 weeks, maybe 4.
You know, I haven't bought a new action figure in like a long time. Well, no, I take it back. I bought a Power Rangers figure that I wanted. Hey, cat.
Which one?
I got the Lord Drakon.
Okay. Which one?
The
white suits?
Yeah, the white suit.
Okay, because there's actually there's the white suit, and then there's actually a black suit. But that one comes with like shattered helmets and everything.
Yeah. So tired of stabbing my dadgum finger here. This is it. I have there we go. Got that one in place. I just don't have the right tools to push these parts in place. All right, I got to find that one orange piece that wasn't like lined up properly. There was one that didn't want to go. Well, no, they're all standing up now. Oh no, there it is.
Excuse me.
Hey, Kat, how's it going?
Hey, it's the Puzzle Princess. That's what I'm calling her now.
19 likes. Thank you so much, everybody, for dropping those likes. I appreciate it.
Kat's been rocking out those puzzle streams, and people have been jumping on there with her too.
That's awesome.
Forget about the Lego studs. It's all about the puzzle pals.
The puzzle pals. I like that. That's a good name.
And yes, Kat, you can have that one. It's not all about the Lego studs.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start trying to put some of these together here. So I need to take this. It needs to go up like that. And then one of these needs to go. Of course. Freaking course.
You hit yourself again, or?
No, it's just not. None of this is really lining up. And so it's not like pushing parts into place. This is stupid. This is the absolute dumbest way to put parts together, and it doesn't make sense. Like, you almost need to glue them in place to have them stay in place.
Well, that does sound stupid.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just the way that they go in doesn't really work. That's just because these third-party kit companies push out a product and want you to do it in such a way that it works. But all right, I need to grab that final tail piece there, and that's going to go into a J1 bit, like so. Of course. You know what? I'm about to say to the hell with this tail and just glue it, because it's not going together well at all. Like, it doesn't really want to go well. Because there's not enough stuff for me to do for another video, Jen. That's really why I'm not doing that. Please just understand. There, I got that one. Okay. There we go. I got that, so that worked. All right, I think I've got it now. There. That's 2. So let's go ahead and do one more orange one on this one. There we go. That's actually the easier way to do it. So let's leave an orange one at the front. Let's line up another blade here. Okay, let's do this then, since that didn't want to work like that. Okay, we're starting to get a little buckle there.
Oh, you
So that's not
son of
good.
a
Yep.
named Scooby-Doo.
There we go. So everything's starting to finally line up. And we're getting a tail together here, guys. So that might take me a second, but it won't take me like too much longer now. I've kind of got the hang of what I need to do here. It's just so many pieces for this tail.
That was a bit freaky.
Wouldn't it would be better if they didn't put this thing on sharp pieces, you know? If the parts actually stayed in place too.
It's got the forming of a potential leg now.
Nice. You bastard.
Yeah, Cat, get everybody nachos and milkshakes. Although that might not digest too well.
Mother. Come on. See, it wouldn't be so bad if the parts weren't sharp. Got it. All right.
Ow. If it makes you feel any better, I just hit my finger with the nippers.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there's no blood.
Yeah, so far I haven't opened up a wound or anything yet, but I mean, God, these things.
Yet?
This is yet. Keyword. But it's just like most of these like pieces in here just want to keep sliding around rather than staying on, because the armor itself isn't like put on there well. Like there's no like real lock for it.
Gotcha. Go here.
It's about to get glue treatment though. All right, Jen. Yeah, it's tearing my hands up. I may have to just do like she said, because I mean, obviously, I'm struggling with this last little bit here just because everything's so sharp.
And I'm sure you got some 30-minute kits for like if you finish that, to fill in for a whole stream.
Yeah, probably just build this off stream and call it a night, to be honest. Because I mean, it just doesn't line up anywhere. Like that tip that they give you for it,
Yeah.
really doesn't line up into anything. But the more you add on to the tail, the harder it just gets to add on. Like I'm over here shaking right now trying to push
like
parts
everything's getting in the way, or
no, it's just parts are moving and things aren't lining up right, and
too many working parts basically preventing the alignments.
way too many moving pieces and way too many sharp points that are just cutting into me and making it painful to do this. Like, I don't get why they felt like that was a necessary thing. Like, the one on the end here is what's kicking my behind, because it's just like, it doesn't want to, like, stay in place. The plastic, the armor piece doesn't want to stay in place, so it's getting the glue treatment. Putting a little Tamiya paste on that right now.
Will you fit in this time? Probably not.
Okay, where's that plastic at? Where's the... Great. There it is. It's actually on the actual part.
So where is it you have to travel to?
just outside of Florence, where you've heard of the Darlington Motor Speedway?
Yes.
That city.
Okay.
Yeah. Ah, come on. Trying to use another piece to push it. Got it. Okay. There. That's going to be the end that I want to leave on there. God, my hands look terrible right now from this.
It's gonna be as good as it gets.
Okay. We're almost there. I think they gave me one extra. You know what? That's probably good enough right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Nope. Last piece right here. And they did give me one extra orange piece there. And it did come apart while I was sitting here. So we'll go ahead and get the legs on. There. Back legs are in place. There we go. Tail just pops right on. Supposedly. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's okay. That's easy to fix. Okay, you know what? The hell with this tail. I'm done. This is it. I will figure it out whenever I can. Even if it means I gotta glue the piece in place. It's just not staying. The armor is such a terrible design. Like snapping it on.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't stay in place, and instead of giving you like a perfect connection, you get this like terrible design here where all the armor wants to just slide around instead of staying in place. And it makes it like a painful thing to work with because it's just so sharp. Yeah, this absolutely sucks. This tail is like the worst part of it. Let's see if I can just glue that in place. Do the same thing here with what I did with the armor earlier.
Might have to glue this little louver vent part. I might have to glue that on his foot.
Yeah, there's certain certain kits I've noticed you do need to do a little gluing.
Because trying to pop this in, one peg goes in, the other one doesn't, so it keeps causing it to pop it out.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole kit's just falling apart on me with the tail. And there goes the cats fighting now. my sister's dumb cats wanting to fight all the time. Just tired of it. One second.
Nope, you're fine.
All right, I'm back. So I got the tail on finally. But the problem is like there's so many pieces on here that just aren't going to work together right now. So trying to get the whole body together is going to be kind of fun right now because everything's just wanting to slide apart with just minimal amount of like pressure.
I get that.
Yeah, there we go. I got it. Got everything together now. Let's slide these. I'm gonna slide these legs forward.
Just and I misplaced one of Prime's gas tanks.
Uh-oh. All right. So there we go. There's the tail. There's the whole body, guys, and that's the kit. The only thing I got to say is I don't think I'm going to be able to get this tail spike on right away. Instead, I may just have to like cut it and glue it in place. Because for some odd reason, it's supposed to sit in there. But I just don't have anything to push it with. And it's just driving me absolutely insane. And those cats, I'm going to have to like go out there and just like spray down, I guess. Because they are just going nuts.
Are they in heat or something? Or?
No, it's just one cat doesn't like the other one, and they just fight all the time. Like, literally, the older cat of my sister's hates this new cat that's come into the house.
Okay.
And so he goes up there and just antagonizes her the whole time.
Is it her cat or your cat?
It's both hers.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just interrupts, it just disturbs everything, like sleep and all that gets messed up because, you know, heaven forbid we actually, like, take care of the issue.
Well, I have a head, a leg, part of a torso.
All right. Well, I'm going to let that glue dry on him a little bit before I put him away, but there's the kit, guys, in its entirety. It's a huge kit. That tail is really massive, and give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. But anyway, I got the kit done. Here, I'll just go ahead and show this real quick, guys, just so y'all can see Really a massive piece. And the tail just doesn't stay on. Oh my god, this is... And I lost more of the bits of the tail here. Okay, you know what? I'll come back and tackle this whenever I can. I'll figure out how to fix that later.
Battle
But
damage.
it's not battle damage. It's just terribly designed. When it comes down to like the posability of the tail, everything slides right in and out of the piece versus
Okay.
yeah, it's just not.
There's no grab, in other words.
Yeah, there's just something going on with this that just doesn't line up right.
Take it easy, Will.
And it's just it. I'm gonna take the tail off right now. Most of the tail off anyway. At least it's connected to the body, so I can just connect it when I need to. But you know, in the long run, it's a nice looking kit. But there's so many things that need to be worked on with it to make it. Oh my god, what just fell? Oh, the box. Yeah, like everything that could go wrong right now is going wrong with the build. And I know it's because this kit's got some very cheap parts to it, and I lost a little into the freaking whatever. You know what? At this point, it's not worth it. As far as it goes, this was not a terrible build up until the tail. The tail itself is a struggle, guys, and it's not a perfectly designed piece. I feel like these sharp pieces could have been dulled down a little bit. I get the edgy look of it, but you're sacrificing comfort and all that for a design that really doesn't need that edgy look to it. Like it's not a bad looking kit, but practicality, it really does struggle with the practicality of it. I mean, like there's so many things here that could have been done better, and I don't know, maybe with a little bit more work, it would have turned out to be a better kit in the long run. But guys, it really hurts to put this thing together. Like, I mean, that's my fingers right now from just working on the tail alone. But thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. Dave, let's look at your kit real quick.
Well, Optimus has a head. It's not attached though, but you know.
Yeah.
It's not attached. You know, it's how Megatron would want his head, you know, on a spike. I gotta still assemble this hand. We just finished this leg here, so we're almost done.
Yeah.
The Energon X, the his blaster, his ion blaster. So we're getting there. It's great that there's no decals really to worry about here. There are two Autobot symbols that you can place on his arms, and also the headlights to the little running lights of his truck mode. But all in all, it's a fun kit. Some of it's a little frustrating, some parts, but it's very firm for the most part, though.
That's good. That's really
firm
good.
And solid. You know, it's just like the Megatron, which, by the way, Megatron took a dive and got destroyed by accident. So maybe I'll be building a new one sometime soon. But yeah, there we are with Optimus. I'm going to place him in his coffin. Yeah. Until he arises again. Until all are one. But you have your
really good, Dave.
You have your stream, your game stream tomorrow. What game are you doing?
Probably gonna go back to some Call of Duty for tomorrow, or maybe Breath of the Wild. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I've been wanting to kind of knock out more with Breath of the Wild, but we'll see how tomorrow goes.
You gotta get your frustrations out.
Yeah, so Call of Duty may be the one I play. Just because this kit did test me a little bit here tonight, and I ended up losing that tail tip. By the way, the part fell off again, and as it fell off, it just
pulverized,
disappeared into oblivion. So yeah. But with that being said, that's it for tonight's stream, guys. Guys, before we go tonight, Dave, tell everybody what you got planned for the week here.
Well, you guys are going to be shocked. I have maybe one video this week, and I'm going to be doing some guerrilla live streams throughout the week because, well, the stream for the Cure is April 29th. Those that know, every year I do a stream where I'm actually going to be doing giveaways. But to be in on it, you have to donate to the Ride for Roswell. And you can find out all that good information by going to my channel, which is right on Kouldbayne's screen right now.
Yep.
Just go to Dave's Dimension, go to my community tab or my video tab, and you can pull up my videos. you'll see the announcement for the stream. We have 8 prizes. A lot of them are going to be, I have a bunch of McFarlane stuff to give away, including the Batmo Beast, if you guys know what that is. So I'm giving away the Batmo Beast. We've got some McFarlane vehicles. I have some McFarlane figures. We have some comic books we're giving away. There might even be a NECA figure that's being given away. All you have to do is go to my channel. You'll find the link to donate directly to Roswell Park under my name, or you can go to my Facebook donation page there. $20 minimum, and you just have to message me your first and last name so I can add you on the wheel. $20 gets you in on all 8 wheels. It's going to be an 8-hour stream, guys. And that's going to be on April 29th, 10 a.m. Eastern until 6 p.m. Eastern. Open stream. You want to come out, promote your own channels. You want to, promote your great Auntie Esther's, cookie recipe. Whatever you want to come on and talk about. It's going to be open to hangout stream. Right now, we just have a few people. We have about 3 or 4 people right now. So, unless you want those 3 or 4 people to win all the prizes, you got to be in it to win it, guys. But every dollar, every nickel, every dime goes to a great cause, which is Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. I might be doing a quick stream tomorrow, probably maybe 6:30 or 7 o'clock, maybe for just an hour. Or I might do a stream at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm just not too clear on the times yet, but I'm planning to do streams on possibly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thursday, I will be unable to stream, but I'm trying to get this out there as much as possible to get a lot of attention this year. Like I was telling Kouldbayne earlier, there has been a lot of traction, but this is an amazing cause. It affects everyone, no matter who you are. So please, dig deep. It doesn't take a whole lot. $20. That's about 3 or 4 cups of coffee right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really nothing, guys. So please, if you can, donate to the Ride for Roswell, or at the very least, share this on all your social media. So that's all I really have going on. I'll be doing a bunch of hangout streams, doing unboxes, and maybe even try a video game stream or 2 this week. So I'm thinking of maybe picking up Gotham Knights. I know it's on sale, so maybe I'll pick that up this week.
Yeah, definitely. But Dave, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for being here, brother. But anyway, comrades, that's it for tonight's stream. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Y'all can follow me on all of my socials. There is a link tree in the description below that'll take you there, as well as to my merch shop. This week we are playing some, like I said, we might play some Call of Duty tomorrow. Might be some Breath of the Wild. We'll see. We'll just see how I feel after everything. But yeah, come check it out, guys. Thursday night will of course be Breath of the Wild anyway. I will be playing that. There will not be a game stream Friday. I may do a little sit down and talk stream. You never know. We'll see what time I get into everything. But yeah, so go check that out. Also, comrades, go. After checking out my merch shop in Snaggy's KBG Birch, why don't you try out some Dubby, guys? Dubby makes an amazing energy drink, like the Passion Joy tea that I was drinking today, guys. Go check them out. It's a very delicious energy drink. Has a patented neurofactor that helps me helps me stay focused. Helps me kind of keep going. It doesn't leave me feeling jittery. I don't feel a crash from it. Just again, great energy drink for a great price, guys. But don't take my word for it. Go get your own tub. Save some money while doing so while using my coupon code Kouldbayne for 10% off your purchase. Again, that is Kouldbayne for 10% off any purchase of Dubby. Also, I want to take this time to thank my amazing members. These are the people that have paid $2.99 a month to become czars of the channel. You guys are phenomenal. Thank y'all so much for all of your support and all you do. It helps out a lot, guys. It really does help keep this channel going. So I do appreciate y'all's support. But anyway, comrades, that's it for tonight's stream. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, and das vidanya.
Take care.